What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Ocean. This is Ocean's View. And you see who we got here. We got the trifecta, Willie Negro.
What up, what up?
And we got 75% she fits. BSN's.
What's going on? What's going on? I'm sad, man. You see the background.
You got that bum-ass background back there.
Man, I'm upset.
Talking, yo, I'm telling you, when your name's Lamar, you know what's funny? People was trying to get on me about, they was like, yo, I thought you said you thought the Ravens was going to win. I said that was passive-aggressive hate. The hex on them. I said I wanted all the bad things in the world to happen to the Ravens, and they did. So now I must turn my vitriol towards the Kansas City Chiefs.
What?
I need I need Glock Purdy to go ahead and win the championship. Because now they starting trying to attack my man Brady.
Oh, yeah. Because Brady is your guy. Yeah.
I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear
about to get him.
I don't want to hear this shit. So we're just going to cut this out right there and give him a quick 2 losses in the bowl, and that'll calm people down. Because my boy Joe Burrow will be back next year. So I'm good.
So you want Joe Burrow to be the one that's going to stop everything and then pass Tom Brady?
Hey, first of all, nobody's passing Tom. Tom, you know what I figured out? Tom is going to probably go down and just be the Bill Russell of quarterbacks in terms of rings. That's just going to be one of those.
Got 7, right?
Huh?
He got 7, right?
That's 7. That's a lot of luck. This
will be 3 for Pat?
Yeah.
Yes, this will be 3 for Pat because I think they win.
If he wins, this will be 3. I don't know, man. That's a young guy right there. He got the potential.
Okay. See, people like to say that, and that's cool and it's cute. But remember this. Pat is already, I don't care about the undefeatedness. That's not my thing. But he's 2-1 in Super Bowls as of right now. Brady won his first 3 and didn't win another one for 10 years. Things happen. You know what I'm saying? Like Brady started with 3 straight.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm saying, 3 in 5 years.
3 out of 4.
3 out of 5.
I'm only saying that to say that he's young. So if he wins, he'll have 3, and he still has the years ahead of him to try to catch Brady. No, I'm not saying he'll catch Brady, but he still will have the years ahead of him. If he was 30 and he just won his first 3, then I'll be like, or 35, I'll be like, all right, he ain't catching Brady. But he's still in his 20s with 3 bowls and Andy Reid coaching, he got a chance.
I don't think Andy Reid's going to be around that long.
Exactly. He ain't going to be around that long.
Why not?
Because Andy's old.
Belichick is 71.
You notice he don't have a job. And you notice he don't have a job now. They had 8 vacancies. Nobody.
But how old is Andy Reid?
Like 67.
No.
He is.
Not 67. No, sir.
He about 65. Go ahead, statistician.
Andy Reid is 65 years old.
All right. He got 10 joints left. 10 more years left.
No, he don't. No, he don't. You saw.
I don't think Andy Reid has 10 more years as a head coach. But I'll give him about 3 or 4.
Saw BA. We just saw BA. Yeah. Tom came. He got that ring. He gave him 1 more year after that. He said, I'm good. I'm good.
All right. We ain't going to start this with football. Let's get into it, man.
Let's get into it. Since people like to talk, I want to get into this chick that sent my man back his $15. So let me bring it up. So evidently, it was a dude that sent his. I don't know if was that his girlfriend.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter. If that's your girlfriend, she shouldn't even blown that up or whatever. But it doesn't matter for the sake of what we get into. He asked her what she wanted for lunch. She said a salad. The brother went and sent her $15. I don't know if it was Zelle. I don't know if it was Cash App or whatever it is. She received the $15 and she sent it back. Stated it wasn't enough. And social media has lost their mind. The women are once again on one side of the fence, and the guys are on the other side of the fence. Before I get into my thing, I want to see what y'all think about the whole returning of the $15? Was he out of bounds for only sending 15? Or was she ungrateful for not accepting the 15?
She was ungrateful. Oh. If I'm sending you money because you asked, and let's just say that's all he had.
But she didn't ask for the money. She didn't ask for the money.
She asked for a salad.
He asked her what she was getting for lunch. She said a salad. He took it upon himself to.
So let's ask this question:
$15.
Where was this salad at that was going to cost more than $15?
Oh no, salads could get up there.
That's my point.
Research.
So if she must have wanted to go make sure that her salad was like the elite of the elite, so she should have asked for a certain amount of money.
But that's the thing. He didn't ask for the money. I don't want to change it. She didn't ask. She was going to lunch. He sent it.
That's what makes it ungrateful. That's what makes it ungrateful. Because she said, I'm hungry. What do you want to eat? I think I'm going to get me a salad. Cool. Okay. He put 15 on it. So with you not even asking, like you didn't even ask me, yo, can you buy me a salad? And because in that case, I can say, okay, where you at? How much they cost? You see what I'm saying? It's like, yo, I'm about to get a salad. He probably know that you a bum and you going down to the bum spot to get a salad. And it can't cost more than 15.
And that's what I was saying. Go ahead.
Let me send you the 15, cover your salad, you good. Or even if it don't cover your salad, it's $15. It don't matter. I just sent you something because you said you was hungry, not because you asked for it. You see what I'm saying? Now he could have just been like, oh, all right, peace. Enjoy your salad and kept it pushing. You know what I mean? You're gonna blow up somebody for sending you something that you didn't even ask for. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy to just expect somebody to send you absorbent amounts of money just for you to existing. That's nuts.
Now, I'm not giving any bait, not whatsoever. It definitely was ungrateful, but this is why I was ungrateful. For all the things you just said. The gesture alone was taken for granted.
Facts.
And I want to look in the camera for this one. If I ever was to send a woman that I was dealing with, we're all talking marriage and all that stuff. But if I was to send $15 to a young lady so she can get something to eat, I promise you, she will never get any zeros added to that 15.
Mm-hmm.
Say that again, because some people aren't as sharp as us. Once again, fellas, if you ever send a woman $15 or whatever the low amount might be, let's say $20, and she doesn't accept it because the gesture you put out there, you do not add any more zeros to that 20. So that can be anything from 200 to 2,000, depending on who you're dealing with, 20,000, 200,000, all the way up to 2 million. Now, of course, we're talking people in different brackets, but the principle remains the same. The thing about a gesture is you can't pay it back, but you can definitely spit in its face. You can definitely just be like, you know what? This ain't enough. And women went the typical route. He could have asked her. So you know what? I was prepared for a lot of that. So I looked up the world's most expensive salad. You know what the world's most expensive salad costs?
How much?
$1,945. $1,945. But if you hear what it has in it, it's like, how with the Salt Bay do with the gold, with the steak and stuff, it's like gold this and it's cheeses you've never heard of. You know what I'm saying? Just that kind of stuff or whatever. But first off, ain't no salad should be worth no $1,900. But clearly it has caviar in it. Fish egg. So you never get none of that from me. And then I think a salad in the Ritz-Carlton is $50. Pretty sure she wasn't going to the Ritz-Carlton. She was going to either eat that at her desk or in the car. So that's why that $15 should have been applauded. This is the part that's crazy too. You said you wanted a salad. He sent $15. Let's say the salad really only costs $20. You mean to tell me you beefing? Because all you got to do is add $5 and you insult the man by sending the money back? I personally think the fella dodged the bullet. I think he dodged the bullet. Unless he left or something.
Because it's to a point now where chicks only care about the size of the gesture. You see what I'm saying? Not the intent behind it, not the thoughtfulness. Let me give you a couple dollars, contribute towards your salad or whatever. It's like, look at this bum nigga sending me $15. It's some chicks out here that's going to appreciate that 15. I'm just going to be real. You know what I mean? And they probably got a bubble too, just like you. Mm-hmm. It is what it is.
The crazy thing about it, because that kind of leads into another video that I saw online where it was a young lady, nice looking lady. She had on a nice dress, nothing freakish, even though women were trying to tell me, oh, y'all normally call us whores because we dress like that. I'm like, yo, she had on a nice little short little skirt, came up to her knees and stuff, well, a little higher. She had a nice figure and everything. The guy asked her, how much do you think a 24, 25-year-old should be making? She said, maybe 30 to 40,000. And in this economy, I thought that was, pretty nice number or whatever. There was some bird in the background talk about 80,000. Cut it out. You make it 80,000 at 25. You done came into a nice gig. You done had some things already on the table. And she was like, she went out on a date. She said she went out on a first date to McDonald's before. And the dude was like, to McDonald's? She was like, yo, a first date is just kind of getting to know somebody, so it don't really matter. So chicks on my page was killing up. Oh, I promise you she's going to be with a broke dude. Oh, she's a low-value chick. She don't know her worth and all this other stuff. And the more she was talking about things that she never talked about what she wanted a man, she basically was like, if I'm attracted to a guy and I'm talking to him and we vibing, let's see where this goes. If he's up, then he's up. But, if he's working and he may not be making the most money, let's see where this is at. This ain't about that. And she got killed for that. And I'm looking at chicks like, once again. So I made a passive-aggressive remark because, we got the Super Bowl coming up. I said, all these bad chicks on my timeline, ain't none of y'all going to the Super Bowl on the NFL dude's dime. Because that gets, ignored and stuff. And I didn't say anything about a woman not able to fund herself going to the Super Bowl, because I know a couple of chicks that's going to the Super Bowl, not to the game. They just go out there to Vegas. So I'm not looking at them no less than just because they're not going to the game. But if y'all know my favorite thing, this whole, I deal with the ballers, I do this, that, and the third, then why you not balling? Why them dudes ain't snatch you up?
Mm-hmm.
And they never want to have that conversation. What y'all think?
Go ahead, Will.
I just think that she, you know how I feel. I just feel like most chicks be lying. If you like a dude, you'll accept things. It's all to it. It's all to it. I done seen plenty of women that dated guys with money, and then a nigga that might have been attractive to them and had a good personality come talking to them, and they have money, and then they messing with a bum nigga. It's plenty of women like that. As far as the first date to McDonald's, I'm a proponent for it. The first date should be cheap. You just getting to know somebody. It is so much less stress on both people if the first date is low maintenance. You see what I'm saying? Because you really can get to know somebody. You know what I mean? You can get to know somebody when it's low maintenance. It's a certain level of expectation for, how you dress, it's just a high expectation when the date is it costs a certain amount of money. So I wouldn't kill her for that. Yeah, I understand women feeling like, yo, you're not gonna take me to McDonald's on the first date. As a man, I understand that. You see what I'm saying? I absolutely I would never take somebody to McDonald's on the first date. I'm a little cheaper than that. We gonna go to the park. You see what I'm saying? You feel me? Like we gonna do something for as free as possible, so I can really get to know you and really determine if I'm going to spend some money on you. You know what I mean? Or if I just want to spend time with you. Period. I might not want to spend time with you. You might be a bird. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know, man. It'd be a lot of. I feel like it'd be a lot of single women chiming in when we talk about this money issue, because I know a lot of women that spend money on a man. I know a lot of women that'll accept someone that's equal to them, that don't got to make a whole lot of money. You know what I mean? It's a lot of women out here in those relationships, what you call the bum ass relationships, but they be happy.
The bum ass relationships is where it's at. That's actually where it's at. Play this. The bum relationships is where it's at, only at its core. I'm not saying in terms of the actual money, because you can be in a bum ass relationship and be making a few dollars. We're talking about in terms of how much importance you put on the dollar amount that either party is making. That's what makes it a bum ass relationship. My thing is this. Hold up. See, I'm not even letting the cat out the bag. I'm exposing the cat that's in the bag. When women say, and fellas, y'all need to really click on this one. When women say, I want the guy that's going to say how I should dress, be ready at this time, and plan the whole date. Nah, D, nah, chick, you ain't slick. I see through, I know that move. You know what move that is? That's a move to say, I want to be wild on the first date. Because honestly, that's the only way you can do that. I'll be perfectly honest. Now, granted, we're not talking bad about McDonald's. We get all that, fine. Maybe we're not going to McDonald's. But when I'm telling you how to dress, what time to be ready, and all this other stuff, and plan the whole thing, that's something you do after we've been talking. We've gotten to know each other. I know some things about you, and I will surprise you with something, because it's just called a spade a spade. So, boom, if I'm playing with them M's or even them high six figures, it ain't nothing to be like, yo, look here, get dressed. We're going to fly out to here. Meet me at, I'm going to pick you up. We're going to hop on this plane and go somewhere. That's the wow factor when you got that kind of wow money. Now, a woman will look at this and say, no, it don't have to be that. Yes, it does, because I'm going to tell you why. If we only have kind of talked on the phone once or twice, but most times we strong texting, you're not really getting to know that person enough to be able to be like, you know what? She brought this up. I'm gonna surprise her with this because I remember her mentioning this, because that's what that is. But when they say you plan the whole day, just tell me how to dress. What do you mean to tell you how to dress? I bet. So when I tell you, yo, look here, and I'm gonna say it with a sexy voice. Yeah, what's up, shorty? Yeah, we gonna what are you doing on Friday? Oh, nothing. All right, look here. I need you to wear some dungarees. You know, you could wear corduroy coat. You know what I'm saying? Some apple bottom, whatever. I'm not gonna put you in that slip. She wants to hear slip on that red dress. Nah, you're not slip on that. You gonna put on some, you can put on some Timbs if you want, you can put on some sneakers, some whatever. You want to be wild, just call a spade a spade. And chicks is out here running that game on dudes. That's what they out here doing.
Well, they only get impressed by the gesture. You know what I mean? Did you, instead of the person, you ever been with somebody, around somebody, and just be like, yo, I like that guy. Or, yo, she is cool. Like, I can hang out with her. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
It don't take no money for that. You know what I mean? To want to get to know somebody. You know what I mean? But when you out here looking for the wow factor or the gesture, then you're not really paying attention to who that person is. You know what I mean? Is he really a cool dude, or is he a bum ass nigga with money? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Is he a nut ass nigga with money? Because it's a lot of that going around. You know what I mean? You figured out how to make money, but figuring out how to make money don't help you figure out how to be cool. You know what I mean? How to be a stand up guy. You know what I mean? But but what it does for nut ass niggas is when they figure out how to get money, figure out how to manipulate women, and you become an easy target when you wowed by the gesture instead of the person.
So I feel as though the key word is like you just said, trying to find a target. If you a guy that's a sucker ass nigga and you out here with money because you trying to get a woman with the money, in my opinion, that's just a way to try to get what you want quick. If you go out and you want a woman that really want to be there with you, rock with you all the way through thick and thin, you want to take them out on a standard date. And to me, like a standard date could be something as small as, yo, let's just go get some ice cream real quick. Because I want to talk to you. I want to get to know who you really are as a person.
A couple months ago, they was killing niggas for the ice cream dates.
And that's a problem. That's a problem to me because that means you're not being realistic. And then to be honest with you, a lot of the women that are saying, oh, this is bullshit. You shouldn't be doing this. You should be going somewhere bigger. You must have been hurt already in a previous relationship when somebody probably did that same thing for you. Or you might be that bird. You get what I'm saying? Because it's crazy to me. If you see a lot of single women, 25 to 40, they find issues because they've been hurt before because they probably went out with the nut ass dude who played them.
How about this? I want you to keep flowing, but you said something that triggered something in me. You ever notice that bracket that you said about the women 25 to 40 and stuff? Some and the ones that are single, those chicks have gone on some of the best dates ever. No, for real. Think about it. Some of them have gone on the best dates ever, and yet they're still single. Now, granted, they ain't gonna talk about how many dudes they let smash. They just go like it didn't work out. No, it did work out for him. It worked out for him because guess what? He called you, be dressed, wear this. He threw a few dollars around. Let's get this section. Let's do that. He brought you back to his crib, nice spot. He smacked, and he was like, on to the next one. You know what he said? Shout out to Nasir Jones. He said, we could party, Great Gatsby thing. Bring your first lady or come with your new nasty thing. That's exactly what it was. He didn't bring his woman. He brought this new nasty thing. And when it's that new nasty thing, you may spend a few dollars that night because you already in your mind like, it's going down tonight. Because if it don't go down tonight, we're not doing this again. I'm moving on to the next joint that would have jumped off. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the reality of it. I know chicks that have gone on ridiculous dates. Word, he did that. I had a chick before tell me, I made a joke about taking her on a shopping trip for a first date. Clearly, I was joking because I don't even know that route. Like it was hands down joke. I don't even know how she thought it was for real. But she called me. She was like, I like you and stuff, and we can go out, but I would appreciate it if you don't joke around with me that because I've been taken on dates with guys have taken me shopping. I said, oh, word. I was like, where'd y'all go? She said, well, one guy flew me to this spot and we went shopping here, this, that, and the third. I was like, dang, it's amazing. What happened? Oh, it just didn't work out. Guess what? It didn't work out for you long time. It worked out for him. He dropped that light 5,000, did whatever he wanted that night, smacked, you go. As they say with TD Jakes, have you ever been swallowed?
Hey, yo, tripping already.
Did all that. And he got you. See, because that's the thing. We need to keep talking about it because the whole thing is this. These chicks, they get some money spent on them. And they keep thinking that they hit the jackpot. No, that 5,000 he spent on you, he don't even know it's gone. He don't even know it's gone because that's the bracket he playing in. Come on. You ain't doing that with Patrick Mahomes and LeBron. What? They don't even know money is gone. Come on. That's what it be. But, you know, after they finish going all luxurious, I just want a guy. Then it's turn around to, I just want a guy that's going to listen for me, like me for me. He doesn't have to have this. And then enters the bum ass nigga like, oh yeah, it's my turn. No, I ain't got to wow with no money because she.
But the question is how many niggas they gotta go through before they get to the, I just want a guy that's gonna like me for me. See, because how much mileage is on that joint before it's just before it turned from a foreign to just a nice regular family car. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? How many miles is on that joint? Because you know, you all young and you know, young and supple and your body is firm and all this stuff. And then you're looking for these guys with the money and you getting them and they getting you, but it ain't sticking. You know what I mean? And then you like, all right, I'm done with that. I just want somebody. And then you get mad at the regular guys for not wanting you because you a little washed up. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's a double edged, man. But I think all of it is cap. I think when people genuinely like people, they accept a whole lot of shit.
Yes, exactly. So, Gail King, I'm not even gonna say she's out here wilding, but Gail King went on another podcast. I guess it was The Pivot, and she talked about dealing with a guy that, according to her, he was pretty successful, made six figures, and he asked her to borrow $4,000. And he said, so she asked, what's the $4,000 for? He had some furniture, I guess, on layaway that he had to pay off. And I guess the arrears of child support. And he said, I will give it back to you this Thursday.
And he bought it on a Monday? I think she said he bought it on a Monday and gave it back on a
Monday. And he said, I'm going to give it back to you this Thursday. She said, to his defense, he paid the money back on Thursday, like he said. But she said, but the relationship just wasn't the same after that. Now, I'm not going to say, do you call cap? But I'm glad y'all here because I've been trying to figure out, well, what's the problem? You gave him the 4 and he gave it back to you when he said he was going to give it back. So my question is, does she have, well, she has the right to have a problem. She's entitled to. But what is the real problem? Like, if we're just dissecting it, what is the issue?
Oh, I can tell you the issue.
Go ahead.
First of all, she said they only had known each other for a couple months. Asking me if you're a chick and you ask me for $4,000 and I only knew your name for 2 months, that's already a red flag and that's crazy. Now, I understand she gave it to him and he gave it back. But she said he presented himself as a nice, sharp gentleman. She said he made 6 figures and all this stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, if I got to lend you $4,000 and you pay it back on a Thursday, it's just a red flag to me, especially early in a relationship, because that's, even if you ain't broke, that's bad money management. You see what I'm saying? If I'm looking for a guy for some stability, you know what I mean? And you got to borrow money from me. First of all, as a man, and I only known this chick for 2 months, I'm not borrowing money from her at all. I will call everybody in my phone to get this money before I call her. You know, and I'm not going to call her. You know what I mean? It's just I'm just like that. That's just a pride thing with me. But yes, that would be a red flag for me if it was a chick. That would be a red flag for me. It's almost more of a red flag that he paid it back. It's like, wait a minute. You don't got $4,000 to do this, but you can put your hands on $4,000. Like, what's going on?
That might have been payday.
Yeah, like, I'm not really with the living check to check. You know, if I'm like, you can't come into my life as a woman. You can't come into my life and create stability when you make six figures and you live in check to check.
You do know there's a lot of people in six figures that's living check to check.
Absolutely, and they're living above their means. Because you can live decent with six. I'm not saying you need $50,000, $60,000, $80,000 in the bank. You see what I'm saying? But I'm saying that why is shit piling up to $4,000?
Well, there's a lot of things that's variables, and we can stay here all night saying what it could have been. I'm going to tell you what it sounds like to me. I'm going to give you the whole red flag part. I can agree with that to a degree. But sometimes in life, you're just trying to catch up. Just trying to catch up. You might just need an advance on something. You might need to catch up. Now, the problem was this. Clearly, she's Gail King. He knows that. He knows who she is. He knows who she is. The problem is, now that you said it, it's the audacity to ask her. See, because my thing is this. Now that I think about it, my thing is this. If you did give her back the $4,000, maybe you're in certain circles. Because I'm looking like that's 4 dudes $1,000, especially if you know you're going to give the money right back. Now, that could be a lot of things with it. Maybe he didn't want a lot of other people in his business. That's the only thing I can see him saying something to her.
Anybody who know niggas who line niggas up and scam, if they borrow the $4,000, they give it back when they supposed to, the scammer, the next time, a couple months down the line, it's going to be $40,000. You see what I'm saying? Like, yo, it's just, I would look at it like it's weird. Like, you borrow $4,000 from me on Monday, give it back on Thursday, even if, and like you said, with the audacity to ask me for $4,000 just because you know I have it is crazy. You know what I mean? I only knew you for 2 months, and if we trying to build a relationship, you know what I mean? You should be showing me after 2 months that you can kind of provide, that you got things under control. You know what I mean? But I just 4,000. It's just too much. Like, no, I would have just. I just understand scamming, and I feel like she did the right thing because 2 more months down the line it would have been 40 grand, 50 grand.
But this is the problem. This is the part we're leaving out. Then why give the money from the beginning?
I was getting ready to say that.
Thank you. Go ahead, Greg.
If you had an issue with giving the money from the beginning, why give it to him? Because that's what it seems like. It seems like she had an issue off the break. Now, should he have asked her for that money? Probably not. No. Because like you just said, they ain't know each other long enough. They ain't been through the trials and tribulations to see that. Because it's levels. But why say something after the fact? Just don't give them the money.
Nah, because
let me hit this point real quick, and I'm gonna come back on that. Quick, Will.
No, I'm just saying because she like him.
No, like, you can't say, hold up, because I don't want Greg to lose his thought. You can't have it both ways.
Yes, you can.
You can't say, hold up, no, because if she said the relationship changed for her.
Right.
So don't give it up. Don't even put that in there. Go ahead.
Because she like him. Just because you like somebody don't mean that is right. You see what I'm saying? Like, that is right for you. Like, yo, it's basically the beginning of the relationship. She think everything going smooth. Bomb drop. Boom. Yo, let me get 4 grand. She like, damn. All right, I like him. All right, let me give it to him and see what happens. She give it to him. He give it back. Right? But it still don't sit right with me. That's what she was saying. It was just something about it. I just couldn't get past it.
So here's my thing.
Go ahead, Greg. Get him, Greg.
If you didn't feel comfortable or right with giving him the money, why didn't you say that before you gave him the money? Because 9 times out of 10, he probably would have said, you know what? Never mind, don't worry about it. And did the whole thing from right there. Instead of giving him the money, basically hoping that he's going to give you the 4 grand back. Then he turns around and then gives it back and still cut him off. That's a double standard. If you don't want me to have this money, or you didn't want to give out that money because you had a red flag, then tell him that.
It ain't about the money.
I know, but I'm talking about the red flag. If that's a red flag, That's when you got to
No,
tell them.
but it wasn't a red flag. What she said was she was still dealing with the dude, but it still was lingering. She couldn't
Because
get
that's a
She
red
past
said
it.
flag
the
in her mind.
relationship changed, but it didn't change to him until she said it changed for her. That's all.
Right.
That's what makes it a double standard. Because
No, it changed. It changed. It's yo, we all been in relationships or dealing with chicks and they do something and we like, I don't know. This she ain't it. You know what I mean? But it might not have changed for her, but for us, we was like, nah, I thought it was something, but you know, it ain't that. You see what I'm saying? It might still be that for her, and it don't matter what she did. Could have been something small she did or something big that she did. We just ain't like the way she moved, but we were still in it trying to deal with it. Like I kind of like her, but I don't know, man. That shit just didn't sit right. You see what I'm saying? That's what she's saying. Like I like the boy, but you know that was kind of a corny move. Like I don't know if I can get past this. She
but
tried
once
to.
again, but play this. You're giving a bell. I hear me and Greg hear what you're saying with that, but it's still a double-edged sword. She can't get away from making a double-edged sword because the whole thing was this. When he asked her for the first one, when he asked her for the money, that's a choice right there. You gotta make a choice. If you say I don't, play this. Women like to always say, give me a choice to make a decision to see if I'm cool with it or not. She didn't play this. Red flag. She could have said, you know what? I don't feel comfortable because I promise you, if she would have told him she don't feel comfortable, he wouldn't have stopped messing with her because she didn't give him the fourth out. He'd have probably been like, you know what? I respect that and kept going. But she's the one that gave the money. This is what makes, I'm not gonna say too bad, because I'm not gonna say to make it look bad. What I'm saying is this. This is what I'm struggling with her decision. You gave the money. He gave you a date. He paid it on that date. To me, it is all right. I'm gonna give you that. It's a red flag for accent. But damn, he don't get a green flag for giving it back exactly when he said it. And after he gives you the money, hold up. After he gives you the money, the relationship changes. How? You the one gave it to him. You had a chance. You didn't give him a chance to do whatever. Because all he did was ask you, audacity or not, all he did was ask a question.
But relationships don't work that way.
They
don't
weren't
work
even a
that way.
full-fledged relationship.
They was 2 months in. She liked them. You know what I mean? Like when you like somebody, like I said, when you like somebody, you accept certain stuff. You see what I'm saying? She liked them. It was cool, but it was buyer's remorse. It's like I don't know, man. I just can't get. Yo, everybody has been in this situation where they've done something and regretted it, or just didn't like the way they done it, or took some shit back to the store. Like I don't know about this shit. You know what I mean? Like, yo, it's in a relationship. It don't work like that when niggas just do something and then it's just, all right, fuck it, it's off. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can work through it. Sometimes your feelings is bugging and shit. You can work through it. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes it's like, yeah, I know I said I could get past this shit, but I just can't. Like at some point, you got to be real with yourself. Like, yeah, you know, I know what I said, but I can't do this shit. You know what I mean?
Now you saying it. I know what I said. She's trying to just come at it from, my thing is, I just feel fine. She might have thought about it. It might have been going through her head and everything else. But the issue is this. This is another part we didn't leave it off. Greg, not only did she give him the money, she asked him what it was for.
Mm-hmm.
So she had 2 chances to make a decision right there. She's not a little girl. She's a grown woman that has been in relationships. He told you, he asked you, hold up, he asked you for $4,000. He told you what it's for. So you had 2 chances to make a decision. And then you decided on giving him the money, and then you kill him after he told you what he was going to give you back. Because now
the relationship changed.
But only for her, it didn't change for him.
That doesn't matter. It changed. Something
Why not?
changed. Because my feelings are mine. If I don't like you no more, I don't like you no more. That's not based off if you like me. My feelings are mine. That shit changed. Like, look, he asked me for the money. Maybe I can get past this. But no, I can't. I can't. I can't do it. It don't sit right with me. I thought I really liked him, thought I could get past it. It don't sit right with me. And it just didn't sit right. It don't sit right with me. If somebody asks me for $200 and I don't know them like that, or I'm trying to get to know them, it's a little early to be asking for $4,000. It's a little early to be asking me to pay your child support or your furniture or pay for anything. You know what I mean? And I have the money and I can do it. The money is not an issue. You see what I'm saying? So what I think she did is she was waiting to see if he was going to pay it back. And then if he paid it back, she was going to try to give him a chance, right? But like she said, he paid the money back, but it still just didn't sit right. It didn't change anything. When he asked for the money, it changed for me. So I thought when he was going to give it back, it was going to change back, but it didn't. The fact is still, he asked me for $4,000 2 months in, probably because I'm Gail King.
You was Gail King 2 months ago.
You was Gail King when he asked
you met you. Gail King.
Right. What I'm saying is 100%. And he only asked me for that money because I'm Gail King. And I can't get past it.
First off, yo, Greg.
Listen,
Duck real, now I need you to look at me. Duck real quick, because this nigga will. You know what I'm saying? Fucking cap. Yo, he's trying to give Gail King all this bail like she's some 22, 23-year-old girl. She is a grown woman.
Yes.
She had 2 chances to shut that down.
So so what you're saying is, if she would have just shut it down from the beginning, like, yo, oh no, this relationship is over because he asked me for $4,000.
No, she never said the relationship was over. She could have said, yo, like this, when you ask people for money, you run the risk of them either saying no or I don't feel comfortable. You may not like it, but you run the risk of it. When he asked her, like you said, he knew, even though he knows financially she got it, and he probably would have felt the way if she said no, because he
Y'all thinking like broke niggas, man. Y'all thinking like broke niggas. If I'm Gail King, then the back of my head in every relationship is this nigga just with me for my money?
Mm-hmm.
Is he just with me for my money? So let's add what Oprah said too. Oh, I would feel funny if it was 40,000. I'm pretty sure Oprah said something. And this
that was a joke. That was a joke, and it was a joke until it wasn't. Because the whole thing is this. You don't think Oprah and Gail had that conversation about that? Girl, how it starts off is how it ends and how it goes. But I like him, so I'm going to see.
Yo, my thing is this. All right, real quick. Is Gail King a millionaire?
Yes.
Fine. So you already said he makes good. You said on your mouth.
No, she said he made 6 figures.
She said he makes good money, 6 figures.
Yes.
That ain't millions. You're a millionaire. You're a millionaire. Right. That's 6 figures. So you already was like, oh, fine. We ain't on the same page financially, but I do like him and this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
I'm not giving you this whole, is they just me for money? Yo, because if you're that afraid, and this is where we go back, a lot of things we say go full circle. If you're that afraid of somebody only wanting you for your money, you are in those circles, those super millionaire circles.
Mm-hmm.
Why you not messing with one of them dudes?
Because they don't want her. 100%.
Exactly. Thank you.
All right. So you want to be with somebody who wants you, right? Right.
Yeah.
So my thing is, she has to, every relationship she's in, she has to run the risk of them just wanting her for her money.
Only if you messing with people that make less than you.
The people that make what she make don't want her.
Then she needs to shut the fuck up, take the 4,000 back.
No. Everybody that make less than her is not going to want her just for her money. That's bullshit.
Dude wanted her for her money.
But guess what?
I don't even know if dude wanted her for her money, but she thought that.
But guess what? Guess what all this evolves back to? It's kind of like the same thing about the $15 in a first date. You like that dude at some point before he asked for that money because y'all were in a relationship for a while. So you knew if he was genuine or not. But for you to go in now,
nothing like that situation.
Listen what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
You knew who he was because of the relationship that you were in with this guy for a while before he even asked you for this money. You already knew him. You was already feeling him out. You liked him. You were there.
I'm not. You didn't know. 2 months. You don't know somebody.
I'm just going off of what you initially seen with this guy. You know what I'm saying? You vibed with him for 2 to 3 months.
Right? But people can put up a front for years.
How about this?
You're 100%.
I want Greg to continue. But I tell you one thing, because I've been around the block enough times.
It's crazy.
Let's put the facts, because we on Judge Ocean today. Let's put the facts out there. Did he ask her for the $4,000?
Yes.
Did he have sex with her? Because chicks ain't giving them no money if they ain't have sex with them.
I assume, yes.
He already clapped the cheeks.
I assume.
And this is how she acting? He done clapped.
What is she acting like?
Yo, look here. I can't get past. I'm going to give him his small red flag for asking early in the relationship. I'm going to give him that.
It's not a small red flag to a millionaire.
You know why it's small? Because she's a millionaire. It's got to be
the
same thing.
He didn't ask
her for 40,000.
Yeah.
Well, they'll never know now because evidently they broke up. But she up there going on the pivot, talk about, oh, it just don't sit right with me. Yo, then you should have never messed with a dude that makes 6 figures. Because if you feel every dude is after you for money, then you need to only mess with
every dude is not after her for money. You putting words in her mouth.
But that's how this situation seems.
No, it don't. Because if he never would have asked her for the 4,000, it never would have been nothing to care about, right?
Like you just said, though, Will, people can put on fronts for years. So what if he was married to her? I'm thinking long term. Let's say they get together, they get married, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he says, "Hey, babe, I need to borrow $40,000 on Monday. I'll pay it back to you on Thursday."
Well, that's
go get a divorce because
the luxury. It's the luxury of being married, and that money is his.
And that's my point, though. That's my point. So what's the difference if I finessing you and I'm trying to quote unquote finesse you? What's the difference in me and finessing you when I get married to you than me quote unquote finessing you in 3 months? And the mind you, he didn't even finesse.
That's a big fucking difference.
Hold up, he gave her the money back though.
But you are married, bro. When you was messing with chicks, if they asked you for $2,000 in 3 months, you would have been
missing what I'm saying, though, Will. You missing what I'm saying. What I'm saying is she didn't feel some type of way until after she got the money back from the dude.
That's true. That's not true. That's not what she said. She said her words was, it still didn't sit right with me, even when she got the money back.
So it didn't sit right with him before when he asked. So if it didn't sit right with him when he asked, she should have cut it off then and told him no.
Because Will, you keep saying just because she liked him, that's why she gave him the money. Then, for the same reason why you like them, you got to make a choice. You can't say, well, I like him, so here's the money, and then kill him. If you still can like him.
First of all,
I don't feel comfortable.
She didn't kill him. She just broke up with the nigga because shit ain't sit right with her.
Because she killing him for it.
She's not. She said that shit ain't sit. She ain't say he was trying to steal from her. She ain't say none of that shit. She said it just didn't sit right with me. So I had to dead it.
You deaded it. Put this. I would have respected it more if she went on whatever show and was like, he said he was going to pay me back Thursday. It wasn't Thursday. It was that Saturday. Even for something like that. He literally told you when I was going to give you back the money. The audacity of him asking, that's on him. But I'm not going to let you bail her out like she ain't been around the block before. You know what I'm saying? She had 2 chances to make a decision.
That's how she knows.
You letting her off the hook. Before. You letting her off the hook just because she liked him.
No, I'm not letting her off the hook. I don't think she's on the hook. She gave that man a shot in the beginning. He gave his broke ass a shot in the beginning, yo. Like, yo, it is what it is, yo. Like, yo, you can't on the one hand say that it's okay for chicks to mess these chicks gonna have to mess with some regular average dudes, and everybody looking for somebody that's a millionaire. And you can't say that on one hand and then kill Gail for messing with somebody who make good money, 6 figures, but don't make as much money as she do. You can't kill her for that. And yes, in the back of my mind, if I'm a millionaire, if I'm messing with chicks, yeah, they probably here for my money. So if it's getting serious, I might want to know that. And all those little things add up. If I got $1 million and in 2 months in you ask me for 4,000, yeah, I'm gonna think you here for the money. You know what I mean? And if I like you enough, you fat enough, I might give you the 4,000. You see what I'm saying? But guess what you ain't gonna do?
Okay, but
guess what you ain't gonna do?
The difference is this, though. First off, you already know men and women don't think the same way in terms of things. Because I'll tell you like this, you being a millionaire, and a chick 3 months into it asks you for $4,000. She says she's going to give it back to you on Thursday. She gives it back to you on Thursday. Men, we put pluses on that kind of stuff. That she gave back the money.
Not me.
Oh, I do.
Not me. Not if I know you make good money. I know you make good money. You ask me for $4,000. I'm thinking, what the fuck's going on? What is happening?
Different money management things. And things
exactly.
happen.
And as a woman in a relationship, I don't want to get in. I'm not getting in a relationship with a nigga that can't manage his money.
So basically, go ahead, Greg.
I'm not saying that Gail King was wrong in having a red flag or mindset of a red flag. I'm saying no matter how much you like him, if you felt as though that was 1, disrespectful, or 2, a red flag, you tell that person right then and there, I'm not giving you this money because this is a red flag for me. Be blatantly honest. I'm not doing it.
But Greg, you act like shit happens like that. It
does.
It does not.
This is why we keep saying. This is why we keep saying you giving a bell.
She said in the moment. She liked the nigga and she gave him the money and she thought it would change when he gave him the money back.
No, you said in the moment. You know what the moment was? He probably just finished smacking.
She felt the wrong way.
That's even more of a reason to give him the money. He put it down.
He felt the wrong way then, if that's the case. Because if you felt hurting bad to the point that it ended a relationship, and
who felt hurting bad?
The way it seems is like she felt like she was hurt.
She didn't feel hurting bad. She said it didn't sit right with her. It's skepticism. It's not that he did something wrong. I thought when he gave the money back, I wouldn't be skeptical of it. I couldn't get past that shit.
That's cool. We agree with you on that part, but why are you keep acting like she's 21? Because you're not telling us. So at no point when he asked her for it, did she have no culpability to be like, I don't? So you saying she couldn't have just said, I don't feel comfortable.
She said, this nigga said, yo, let me get some money.
No, that's not the fact. Why? So you don't think, because I want you to be clear. So at no point did she ever have any room to say, you know what? I like where this relationship is going, but I don't feel comfortable lending that kind of money. You don't think she ain't have no room to say
very comfortable lending the money. What happens is, because the money is not a factor.
It is a factor.
Listen, the amount of money is not a factor.
I think it's the biggest factor.
The amount of money, it's not. Listen, she said, okay, he said, let me hold this. I'll give it back to you on Thursday. In her brain, probably, I'm not Gail King, that's like, all right, he is kind of going to give it back. She a little skeptical. Wait a minute. What is this for? You see what I'm saying? She said, he told her what it's for. Said, all right, I'm going to give him the money. Cool. If he give it back, then I don't have anything to worry about. Right? He gives the money back. What she said is it still didn't sit right with her. What the fuck is she supposed to do with that?
We get that. My thing is this. I see what you just did. And I just seen it just now. You glossed over the fact that not only did she give him the money, she asked, what was it for? And at that point, you still gloss it over as if she just made a blind decision. She had two chances. A blind decision.
What I said is, over time, she still felt that way. She was skeptical in the beginning.
In 3 days.
You ain't never been skeptical about something and still did it? 100% you've been skeptical. Y'all can't. That's cat, yo. 100% you've been skeptical about
Not
something.
I'm not
disagreeing
on that. I'm not disagreeing with you on that, Will. I have done some skeptical things in my life. All I'm saying is she gave him the money and then turned around and said, "This ain't right. This don't feel good."
It still don't feel right. Nope. Even though he gave it back.
Here you go. It was a double-edged sword from the beginning because had he not paid the money back on time, she would have killed him. The nigga paid the money back on time, she killed him.
It was a no-win anyway.
I think that was her point. I think her point was, yeah, he borrowed the money. I tried to get past it, and I can't get past that shit. That shit was wild.
So was that a him problem or her problem?
Her problem.
Her problem, yes.
Okay.
Millionaire shit.
Her problem.
Okay.
But that's why she's probably single.
And the chick that made the joke about the 40,000, why she's single too? Come on, Oprah. You Oprah. Who am I supposed to be? How a nigga gonna mess with Oprah? What nigga like? And Oprah's in every circle. She is Oprah Winfrey. So I'm looking like, unless you gonna mess with one of these Turkish Elon Musk and all these other, unless you.
So you're of the mindset that Oprah can't have a relationship.
I don't think she could, because she could have been had one.
And neither can Gail.
Gail can have one.
With boom.
How much is Gail worth? Let's get to the nitty gritty.
I don't know. Low millions. I don't know.
Low millions. That's
like it ain't that much, but a couple million.
That's enough. It's enough. She worth 40 million. So that ain't low. That's some bread.
Okay, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
No.
Exactly.
She dumb rich.
She dumb rich.
I don't think Gail can have a relationship.
And she won't. She'll just keep getting smacked. So
ain't nothing wrong with that.
I said, no, it's cool. I just suggest the next dude. The next dude gonna really finesse her. She going on a thing. The next dude, he ain't gonna wait 2 months. He gonna wait a few more months, 6, 7, 8 months. And he gonna hit it for 100,000.
I don't think so. I really think she ain't tell the real story. I really think she ain't tell the story about the nigga before him who she gave the money to, and then gave it back, and he gave it back, and then he finessed her out of 150 grand. That's why they sit right with her, because she already seen that play before.
And that's what I mean by someone has already had something bad happen to them before, and it leads to that. And it may be the good guy, who is always the second guy, is the one.
You borrowing $4,000 into 2 months. You ain't the good guy. So
how long do you think it needs to borrow $4,000?
I don't think you should borrow $4,000 from your girlfriend.
That's an issue of morals and your own personal thing. But I'm just saying, they say time heals everything and all this other stuff. So when would be a good time for somebody in a relationship? Because that's the thing about a relationship. A relationship is what it is. So
I don't ever borrow. I don't think you should borrow $4,000 from your girlfriend unless y'all went through something together and you don't even have to ask her for it. She's like, well, I'll pay for that. That's where y'all need to be. That's where y'all need to be in y'all relationship. She's like, damn.
That's a perfect world scenario.
No, it's not.
It is.
I don't think it's a perfect world
scenario. It is not, bro. Like, I'm not borrowing. Listen, I understand where you're coming from, but if it's your girlfriend, I'm not talking about your wife. If it's your girlfriend, and you come at her with some $4,000, I don't care. That's crazy to me. I'm
not doing it. I'm not doing that either. But what I'm saying is the stakes go higher when you in certain brackets. That's all I'm saying. Like, yo, look here, fine. You know me. I'm already on the couch. I live on the couch or whatever. Yo, I done had a few joints. Yo, me owe $50 real quick. Get right back. And I get right back. You messing with Gail King. If I just found out she worth 40 million, he already knew. Yo, let me owe 4,000. That's the kind of light money that when you in them brackets, that 4,000 was really 400,000.
That's a man. There's a difference between a girl borrowing $50 from you and a man. No, bro. No, not in relationship. No, it's not okay. She's supposed to, y'all supposed to, in order for you to get that much money from her, y'all have to have been in a relationship and know each other well enough where she understands your problems. She shouldn't have to, with that type of money, she don't even have to ask you what you need it for. She know already.
So see that right there, that goes against all the things that women say. Oh, I just need to know that you can hold it down if something happens to me and I'm not able to do whatever. You worth $40 million messing with a dude that makes high six figures or whatever. When is he going to be able to pick up the slack for you if you ain't able to have the slack?
Not the real, right. It ain't about picking up the slack. It's
No,
about
but this is hold on. But this is what women say: protection, security. She ain't.
No, women don't say that make 40 million. That's worth 40 million.
Saying? What they saying?
I want a guy that's good and don't take advantage of me.
And he did. He asked him for 4,000, and he gave it right back.
And that's why they're not together.
I don't think he took advantage of it, but I get where both of y'all are coming at with that one. That's
100% he took advantage of it.
How he take advantage of it if he gave all the money back?
He wasn't going to ask no regular bitch for $4,000.
Yeah, that's what a regular.
He wasn't dealing with a regular. He wasn't dealing with a regular bitch. He was dealing with
right. He took advantage of his situation. I'm fucking with Gail King. And pay the charge for a bitch.
So basically, what you're saying is she the one that slummed it for the wrong reason because she's worth 40 million. You know, $40 million niggas. Why did you
get a $40 million nigga? Why you keep saying that?
No,
but no,
you need to
wait a minute. Don't watch this.
I've said it 3 times.
Hold on.
Why can't you?
I gotta get back to this point though.
Y'all fucking me up.
No matter what happens in the end, Gail King was already the breadwinner in the relationship, correct?
Say it again.
So if she was always going to be the breadwinner no matter what, he would never have the advantage over top of her anyway. And when I'm saying advantage, I'm saying financially. So now if he's like, hey, I got this little situation real quick that I won't be able to address until Thursday if I wait till Thursday. If you can help me out now, I'll make sure you get that back on Thursday. He gave it back. But she was fine with giving it to him because she still didn't have to give it to him.
Yes, he's a broke nigga. He need to go somewhere, my nigga.
Damn, 6-figure dude, broke nigga. He just that's cool.
How the fuck you need to borrow 4,000? I don't give a fuck how much you making. You borrowing 4,000. If you a high 6-figure nigga, you don't gotta borrow 4,000.
You don't know what people had going on in their life prior to.
Absolutely, get your broke ass away from me.
And I'm pretty. How about this? Yes, he was broke. But I promise you this: he was in whatever little event or gathering they was at. The nigga probably was looking like a zaddy ass nigga.
Yes,
she was
with
on
the rest,
his dick. She was
with
on
the rest
his
of the
dick.
scammers. Yeah. With the rest of the scammers.
No. You got $40 million. You should have your antennas up. You should be able to see through the brokenness. But no, she's yo.
Anybody can say, she did.
The word on the street is the nigga look like me. So I see why the nigga got the shit. That's just what it is. I didn't want to bring it up, but that's what it is. The word on the street is the nigga look like me. And that's it. Because I done been in some events where I was hands down the brokest nigga in that event. And I probably had the best time in there.
But the thing is, you was the brokest nigga in there. You probably got with some chicks that made more than you. You see what I'm saying?
Which wasn't hard.
Right. But you also didn't try to take advantage of them. You see what I'm saying?
Financially. Only sexually.
Yes, but you wasn't in there like, yo, yeah, man, I'm falling on hard times. Let me get $4,000. Now, it's women that probably got to know you over the years, and because you didn't ask for something and you fell on hard times and they know you and they know your situation, they just offered to help out. You see what I'm saying? But it's like, to ask a woman for that kind of money is crazy to me. And she should have a red flag. She should be like, yeah, that's a little crazy.
I'm a cheap date anyway, so it'll never get up to 4,000. But
right.
I asked you for 4,000. I'm trying to pay some shit off. That's a payoff. You know what I'm saying? Something is going to be paid off. But
need it for 4,000.
So this dude is another dude up here. Women, is it a red flag? Well, it is definitely a red flag. I ain't gonna lie. But it's a thin line. Talking about sex in the first meetup or the date or whatever. Now, this dude claims he was asking questions, spitball questions. And she was like, spring, summer, hot, cold. Those weren't the questions, but I'm just trying to get the audience, a glimpse at, the kind of back and forth they
Right.
And he said, choked or spanked. And that should sound hilarious. But, because I don't think I've ever even asked that. I'm asking wild shit. And he said, choked or spanked. And he then tried to say, it's not a sexual question. She should have asked him what he meant by that. Now, I'm calling cap on that too, because when you say choke to spank, you are clearly talking about some sex. You should know it already has a sexual connotation, and you know this is where it's going. Even if it's spitball, and if she would have just answered it quick enough, maybe you move on from it. But we guys, once that door for sex conversation gets open, it's open. Because choked and spanked turns into or sucked. And then it just keeps going. So she wound up walking out of the date and everything. And he was there with the whole, well, you should have asked me what I meant by it. Do we call cap?
Yeah, it's two things. One, she got upset because he said choke to spank. She said, I'm not answering that question. It's inappropriate. It's sexual. Ask questions of sexual nature. He was like, I didn't mean it in a sexual way. 100% he was lying. All of those types of questions, we call them the feeler questions. We feeling you out. We all do it on first dates or anytime we in a conversation with a woman that we would like to have sex with. We throw little things out there to see how you take it. And he threw that out there and, he lobbed it up. It didn't land. You see what I'm saying? Didn't land how he wanted it to. And so, yes, that's cap. He was 100% being sexual. I think she overreacted. Because, hey, if I'm on a date and I find you attractive and we have a conversation, I might slip something in there or say something with a double meaning or something like that, just to test. If you don't bite, I'll stop. You know what I mean? It ain't that type of time. Or even if you make it clear that it ain't that type of time. Obviously, you didn't like him. Cool. You don't like him. That's fine. You know what I mean? But I think she overreacted a little bit, and he just in defense mode went to lying. Like I wasn't sexual. You're a liar, bro.
I don't think she overreacted because the overreaction wasn't based off of the question. It was based off the fact of you're lying to me, trying to say it wasn't of sexual nature, and we're both adults. We know it was of sexual nature, but you're insulting my intelligence by keep saying I should have just asked you. That's right. I don't think she really fully overreacted with that. That's what made her walk out. The question, she kind of got past it. Go ahead, Greg.
Did she overreact? I think so. I do think she overreacted. But we already know he was straight line. He was on demon time. He was ready to get it in one way or another, and he tested the waters. He tested the waters, and he was cold. He was cold, and he lost.
Go ahead.
He just. I think that he couldn't really read the cue. Like he could have just been like, "My bad." That's all he had to say. Was my bad. I threw it out there. It was inappropriate. All right, cool. My bad. Because we all know it's the cue. If she like you, that's a good question. If she don't, it's not. You know what I mean? If she liked him, she would have said choked or spanked. You see what I'm saying? Even if she didn't want to have sex with him, she would have said something.
I don't think it's that black and white. She definitely could have been like, I think that's a little inappropriate. And he could have cleaned up like, you know what, my bad. I was just flowing this, that, and that. Even though us as guys know where he was going with it, what he was feeling out and everything like that. The problem was, like you said, he didn't read the room completely. And I don't know if other people saw the video. She definitely was fat. or whatever. So he's seen it.
And she definitely wasn't feeling him.
No, I think she was liking him until it got to that point. I think it all imploded right there on the spot because he could have cleaned it up on aisle 5. Like, oh, my bad. Nah, I just threw it out that jab that a little bit because she was still sitting there. She didn't get up until he kept being like, well, how do you know? He was trying to be facetious and a jerk about it. That's what made her bounce.
I just understand energy, man. If they had that chemistry and energy, that wasn't as egregious as she put it, and she wouldn't have been so offended. Even if she would have said, like, yo, I don't want to answer no sexual. If she liked him, then it wouldn't have been that deep. But he still lied. That's why she got up, because he was a liar. That was horrible lying. Like, why even go that route? I wasn't trying to be sexual. What the fuck else does choking or spank mean?
Unless he's talking about killing this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, like, maybe like that's the only way he would have tried to clean up. Like, no, like I was actually thinking about killing you, if you want to ask. You know what I'm saying? Like, so.
Hey, yo, that's crazy.
But see, but he blew it. See, choking is if you say you're gonna kill her, but then she'd have been like, well, what about the spank? Like, I'd have probably changed my voice, like, you've been a naughty girl, take this spank, or something like that. Like, I would have got my way out of it in a jokingly way, but everybody ain't us. But at the same time, I ain't gonna front. I've gone too far. I haven't gone too far with what I've said, but I blew a date from just talking too much. And I don't even mean like conversing back and forth and everything else. More so just like, yo, so what else are you into? Yeah, I'm into this too. I'm da-da-da. I'm da-da-da-da. Just rambling on because she was attractive. And I kind of was like, she was extremely attractive. And I was more so just like, yo, I can't believe this chick is out here with me. You know what I'm saying? So we've all been there when we, as they say online, fumbled the bag or dropped the ball. But that whole lie about that was crazy. So, but I'm going to wrap this up. This is another episode of OSHIN'S VIEW. We're all going to be live in the studio in a few. We just trying to make sure everything is up to par. That's why I come up here. 75% Willie Negro will be back in action, and all three of us will be right there busting out. Subscribe at the end of this video or before the video for all the content that we put up, and we're going to get up out of here. Peace.
Peace.